Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The excitement around the New England Patriots reached a fever pitch today as Christian McCaffrey made his highly anticipated arrival, and the scene at Gillette Stadium was nothing short of spectacular. Fans have been buzzing for weeks about the potential blockbuster signing, and the moment he stepped onto the field, the energy was electric. Reporters, social media influencers, and even casual onlookers couldn't contain themselves as McCaffrey, dressed in the Patriots' iconic navy and silver, waved to the crowd with that trademark smile that has charmed so many in the NFL. It wasn't just his presence. It was the way the stadium seemed to come alive, banners waving, chants echoing, and a palpable sense of anticipation hanging in the crisp New England air. Inside the locker room, whispers of the impact he could have on the team's offensive strategy were already swirling. Analysts and fans alike speculated endlessly. Would this change the Patriots' dynamic forever? Could he be the X factor that finally puts them back on top in the AFC East? The excitement wasn't merely about one player. It was the promise of a reinvigorated team, a franchise ready to shake the league, and McCaffrey's arrival seemed to symbolize that new era in every possible way, with every cheer from the crowd echoing a shared sense of hope and anticipation. The atmosphere around the Patriots headquarters earlier in the day had been nothing short of chaotic, and social media timelines were flooded with speculation about Christian McCaffrey's potential impact before the official announcement. Fans were not just celebrating a player. They were celebrating the idea of possibility, of transformation, and of a new chapter for a team that has long been searching for a fresh spark. The chants, the signs, the waving flags, they were all a manifestation of a collective longing for greatness. Inside the team's management offices, sources indicated that negotiations had been intense, with whispers of last-minute adjustments and strategic maneuvers that could make all the difference in a tightly contested season. Coaches and team strategists were already huddling, debating how best to utilize McCaffrey's unique skill set to maximize offensive versatility while keeping defensive units guessing. Rumors swirled about potential position shifts, game plans, and how this signing might reverberate across the rest of the league. The Patriots were not merely acquiring a player. They were attempting to rewrite their narrative, and McCaffrey's presence represented a tangible commitment to ambition. Every media outlet, every fan forum, every locker room conversation seemed to circle back to the same central question. How will Christian McCaffrey reshape the Patriots, and can he elevate them back to the glory days of consistent dominance? The visual spectacle surrounding McCaffrey's arrival added layers to the story, with local news helicopters capturing sweeping aerial shots of the crowd and the city's skyline, framing the excitement below. Fans camped overnight to secure a glimpse, chanting his name in unison as if orchestrated, creating an atmosphere that transcended mere sport and ventured into cultural phenomenon. The Patriots front office appeared keenly aware of the significance, coordinating every aspect of the arrival with meticulous precision to ensure that the narrative around McCaffrey was both grandiose and intimate, giving fans a sense of connection to a player who is already perceived as transcending ordinary athletic accomplishment. Analysts noted that the timing of this arrival couldn't have been more critical, coming as it did during a period of high expectations for the team, when every strategic move was under scrutiny. The buzz extended beyond football circles. Lifestyle publications, local media, and even national outlets speculated on the broader implications of McCaffrey's signing, from sponsorship deals to community engagement. Social media exploded with fan-made edits, viral clips, and trending hashtags, underscoring that this was more than just a roster update. It was a cultural moment. The story was no longer confined to the field. It was alive in every conversation, every tweet, and every pulse of the city itself, making McCaffrey's arrival feel like the start of something epical in New England sports history. Inside the locker room, the reactions from teammates were a mix of awe, curiosity, and cautious excitement, as everyone tried to anticipate how Christian McCaffrey would integrate into existing formations and hierarchies. Veteran players whispered among themselves, dissecting his every move, trying to reconcile the stats they'd studied with the man they were now meeting in person. Rookies looked on wide-eyed, inspired by the presence of someone whose versatility and consistency have become legendary across the league. Coaches, too, seemed to oscillate between strategic calculation and pure excitement, running through plays and scenarios that could take full advantage of McCaffrey's dual-threat capability, from explosive rushing attempts to creative passing schemes. Rumors spread fast that certain adjustments in practice schedules and offensive rotations had already been proposed to ensure that McCaffrey could hit the ground running. Fans outside, watching every clip stream from the locker room, felt as though they were part of an unfolding story, each reaction and gesture dissected and analyzed in real time. The arrival was more than a signing. It was a dynamic social event, a magnet for discussion, speculation, and high-stakes predictions, reinforcing the sense that the Patriots were once again attempting to redefine their destiny, and McCaffrey was positioned right at the heart of that thrilling, suspense-filled narrative. The media circus surrounding McCaffrey's debut only amplified the sense of spectacle, with every local outlet, national sports network, and independent content creator jockeying for exclusive coverage. Cameras, microphones, and drones swarmed the stadium like never before, capturing every handshake, every autograph, and every fleeting smile exchanged between the star running back and his new teammates. Analysts debated the significance of every detail, from the jersey number he chose to the warm-up routines he performed, trying to extrapolate the deeper strategic and cultural signals embedded in these seemingly minor choices. Social media, of course, became the primary battlefield of speculation, with fan accounts dissecting video clips frame by frame, while rumor pages fueled the narrative with unverified but tantalizing insights about potential game day strategies and team chemistry. Even the simplest interactions, McCaffrey joking with coaches, high-fiving teammates, or waving to fans, became fodder for viral commentary. This level of scrutiny underscored a larger truth, that in the modern NFL, star power and media presence are nearly as influential as performance on the field, shaping public perception and fan loyalty. The Patriots, historically adept at managing both spectacle and substance, seemed to understand that McCaffrey's arrival was a chance to captivate not only the league, but the broader sports landscape, making this debut feel like an event that transcended the usual parameters of football, rumor, and rumor-mongering alike. Rumors had been swirling for weeks prior to the official announcement, suggesting that Christian McCaffrey might be on his way to the Patriots. But the reality of his arrival exceeded even the wildest expectations of fans and pundits alike. Speculation about the terms of his contract, potential endorsements, and the impact on team morale dominated both mainstream and social media, creating a sense of suspense that few recent signings have matched. Every handshake, every locker room exchange, every brief press appearance seemed to carry multiple layers of meaning, with observers reading between the lines for hints of his role in upcoming matches. Analysts debated endlessly how his presence could influence the Patriots' offensive strategy, projecting scenarios where his versatility could stretch defenses, open lanes for other players, and redefine the team's approach to high-stakes games. Even casual fans were drawn into the narrative, sharing memes, debating jersey availability, and imagining highlight reel plays before McCaffrey had even taken his first snap in New England colors. This build-up, part spectacle and part rumor-driven frenzy, created a feedback loop that magnified anticipation exponentially, making every small update feel like a major revelation. The arrival wasn't just a transaction. It was a statement, a signal that the Patriots were ready to make waves, and that Christian McCaffrey would be at the center of a story that promised drama, excitement, and a reinvigorated sense of possibility for the franchise and its fans alike. As the day progressed, the chatter around Christian McCaffrey's arrival only intensified, with fans speculating about the ripple effects this signing could have across the league. Social media became a storm of predictions, memes, and hot takes as everyone tried to imagine the plays, the victories, and even the locker room dynamics that might follow. Commentators dissected every angle, from potential formations to the psychological impact on opponents, suggesting that defenses would now have to completely rethink their approach when facing the Patriots. Inside the team, sources hinted at late-night strategy sessions where coaches debated whether McCaffrey's presence would shift traditional roles, possibly elevating younger players while redefining veteran responsibilities. The excitement wasn't limited to game plans, either. Local businesses reported surges in merchandise sales. Restaurants near the stadium saw lines of fans discussing plays and stats, and even transportation services noted heavier traffic as supporters rushed to catch glimpses of the new star. Whispers about sponsorship deals, media appearances, and charitable initiatives added layers to the story, making it clear that McCaffrey's influence extended far beyond the gridiron. Every report, rumor, and social media post created a dense atmosphere of expectation, anticipation, and hope, making it feel as though the Patriots had tapped into something much larger than football, something that could transform the very identity of the franchise while keeping fans riveted to every developing headline and whisper. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors about how Christian McCaffrey might be used on the field became a hot topic almost immediately, with insiders suggesting a range of possibilities that could redefine offensive play in the NFL. Speculation included creative uses in both rushing and passing plays, trick formations designed to confuse defenses, and even strategic alignments that might position McCaffrey as a decoy, leveraging his reputation to open opportunities for other players. Analysts argued that such versatility could make the Patriots nearly unstoppable if executed correctly, though some skeptics warned that integrating a high-profile star midseason always carries risks, from disrupting established chemistry to creating expectations that are difficult to meet. Fans, however, seemed undeterred by cautionary notes, enthusiastically theorizing about highlight reel runs, improbable catches, and game-changing touchdowns that could solidify the Patriots' resurgence. The locker room, too, was abuzz with informal discussions as teammates exchanged impressions and speculated about practice schedules and new plays. Every media snippet, every leaked quote, and every visual of McCaffrey in practice added fuel to the rumor fire, creating a constant dialogue that extended from traditional sports outlets to YouTube channels, fan forums, and group chats. The sensation wasn't just about a player joining a team. It was about the transformative potential that McCaffrey represented, a possibility that kept fans glued to updates and analysts scrambling to predict what might unfold in the coming games. Meanwhile, the visual spectacle surrounding McCaffrey continued to dominate headlines and social media feeds as fans and media alike captured every moment of his introduction to the Patriots environment. From training sessions to public appearances, each interaction seemed designed to amplify both excitement and speculation, reinforcing the sense that this was not just an ordinary signing. Analysts debated what McCaffrey's choice of gear, body language, and even walking patterns could suggest about his mindset and approach to the season, turning minor details into fodder for elaborate theories. The city itself felt electrified, with banners, murals, and graffiti popping up overnight, reflecting a fan base eager to claim ownership of this historic moment. Local news networks covered these developments relentlessly, creating a narrative that blended spectacle with anticipation, while national outlets examined potential strategic implications and rival teams reacted with equal measures of surprise and anxiety. Meanwhile, online forums were flooded with clips, reaction videos, and breakdowns of practice footage, each post generating thousands of comments debating potential outcomes. The cumulative effect was a sense that McCaffrey's presence was reshaping not only the Patriots, but the broader NFL landscape, turning the arrival into an event with cultural resonance. It was no longer a simple roster addition. It was a phenomenon that had captured the imagination of fans, analysts, and the media alike, creating an atmosphere thick with expectation and electric with the possibilities of greatness. Speculation about McCaffrey's impact on team dynamics became nearly omnipresent, as insiders hinted at subtle shifts in leadership, hierarchy, and play calling that could occur with a player of his caliber. Veteran teammates were reportedly both inspired and curious, balancing respect for his abilities with questions about how their own roles might change. Coaches were said to be analyzing every possible scenario, running simulations that considered both McCaffrey's individual talents and the potential for cascading effects on team cohesion and morale. Rumors suggested that some positional adjustments could be imminent, while others speculated about expanded responsibilities for rookies who might now play alongside a star capable of drawing double coverage on every snap. Media coverage highlighted not only the athletic potential, but also the psychological and cultural influence McCaffrey might exert, from locker room morale to fan engagement strategies, creating a multidimensional narrative that extended far beyond the field. Social media discussions mirrored this complexity, with fan accounts, rumor pages, and independent commentators debating the subtle nuances of how one player could shift the balance of power within a team that has historically relied on disciplined structures and cohesive group strategies. Each new tidbit, whether confirmed or speculative, was dissected, shared, and theorized about, creating an ever-expanding conversation that made it clear that Christian McCaffrey's arrival was a story about transformation, opportunity, and the tantalizing possibilities that accompany a high-profile signing. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.